Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today, this evening? It's morning here in Australia. Wednesday morning, we're facing that midweek hump, where you go, oh, can't wait for the weekend, but it seems so far away. But anyway, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going today, I hope that it is a good day, evening for you. All right, let's get on with things. I wanted to read on the breaking news. I think I did. Thank you, viewers, for keeping track of my predictions, because I sort of say things and then I forget them. I don't go back and check but thank you for bringing it forward. Apparently I did say in the third week there could be news coming out of the state, and this is what I want to read on out of New York in relation to the investigation of the Trump organization. The New York Attorney General's office, Letitia James, and I think the investigator or prosecutor is Cy Vance, have announced that they're going after, I think it's 8 years of the Trump organization or Trump's tax returns. This is all part of the investigation of the Stormy Daniels payoff, and I think Karen McDougal as well, involving the National Enquirer and, of course, Michael Cohen, the then Trump Mr. Fix-It lawyer. He's flipped, is now cooperating with the New York Attorney General's office, and where Mueller was forced to leave off, they are now taking this investigation and prosecution forward, where the SDNY, let's make the distinction here, SDNY, Southern District of New York, that the attorney's office there is under the direction or oversight of Trump's DOJ head, William Barr. Separately, at the state level, New York State Attorney General Letitia James does not answer to William Barr. This is a state investigation. And so the commentators are saying this one has more legs. This one is limited as to what Barr can do. Now, obviously, as the Department of Justice federally, there is that relationship between the feds and the states. I don't know how that works in America, but in Australia, the federal laws, the states, while they don't have to, they have their own laws, their own jurisdictions. Absolutely, they have their own jurisdictions. But there will be crossovers and commonalities. However, it's suffice, I guess, to say that this New York State investigation has more chance of getting Trump's tax returns than what the federal Ways and Means, I think, committee has subpoenaed Trump's tax returns. That's currently tied up in court. So what I want to know today is, God willing, before I start, I've had quite a few Trumpsters coming onto this channel and saying, why are you being so horrible to, the Make America Great man? Okay, Trump is a dictator or a would-be dictator. He, according to the Mueller investigation, Mueller is a Republican, a former director of the FBI, a very esteemed and gifted prosecutor. And this was an independent special counsel, found that Donald Trump had obstructed justice. So let's be clear about this. This is a man who has multiple allegations of sexual assault and an allegation of rape against him. This is a man who came on and was overheard to say, I grabbed them by the, the lewd comments that he said himself. This is a man that tells multiple lies daily. Get off my channel, because you're not welcome here if you support this man. Okay, having said that, thank you to all my viewers and those that are sane in this insane world that we live in at the moment, due to Donald Trump and those like him. Over in the UK, Boris Johnson throwing out laws, obstructing, like Trump seeking to obstruct Parliament in the UK's ability to have a say on the deal that might govern Brexit. Keep this person, the Prime Minister, in check. It's exactly the same in the US. Okay, so move on. If you're here and you don't like what I'm saying, move on. Okay, Michael Cohen. We all hope on this channel that we all see Trump's tax returns. If he's got nothing to hide, just show it. Okay, Trump's tax returns. Will the New York Attorney General's office, Cy Vance, the investigator, get Donald Trump's tax returns? Will New York get Trump's tax returns? So I'm still getting the timing here, running out the clock, doing whatever they can, but will New York's Attorney General's office, Cy Vance, will they get Trump's tax returns? I'm feeling that's a yes. Okay, 8 of Wands. This could be the courts in New York, no matter what. I mean, Trump will obviously have his own personal lawyers fighting this, but this is the 8 of Wands, things coming through very, very quickly. Look at this, bang, 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 bang. So New York AG's office will have a way through this. This is what the signifier card is saying. It's the card of speed and alacrity. What is it challenged by? Well, I don't even see this as a challenge. This is the Ace of Wands. This is new information coming out. So this is also a hell of a big stick. So again, look what you've got, fire and passion, energy. I do feel that as the New York Attorney General's office has passion, they're really intent on getting these tax returns. Trump is going to do whatever he can with that big stick to stop that new information coming forward. But that's not my question. They are the signifier cards. Let's have a look at the foundation of the reading. That's celebration, yes. The 3 of Cups. This is 3 people coming together and celebrating. I don't know who's on the team, but this is the foundation of the reading, and it's a yes card. In the past, having to work at something, the 8 of Pentacles, this is really, you know, the work that's had to be put in, whether it's in the Congress, the House investigations, dragging people in for testimony, them stonewalling questions, all of this, even at the state level, these are the investigators, pretty intent on their work, but they're having to work hard for the information they get. This is the president. Now, okay, maybe those people that shouldn't be on this channel should stay for this one. Reading the cards as I do, we've got the Tower card as the potential future here. So I feel with that 3 of Cups and the Tower, it's showing me those tax returns there is the potential for those tax returns to be gained. In the near future, we've got introspection, reflection, the Hermit card. Now, this is interesting because the Hermit card, as you know, keeps coming out in September. This is the month of for the sun sign Virgo. So it's very apt that information and detailed information is coming forward in September. It's linking very clearly with the Tower, which is showing me that Trump's bid to stop the tax returns coming forward may well be isolated. Now, right now we've got the 9 of Wands, and I do feel this is Trump at the moment. Again, even though he may, you know, go to, I think it was Texas, New Mexico, have a rally, call on the Hispanics to vote for him. At the end of the day, he's still on the ropes. Now, the environment that this has produced is the Knight of Pentacles. Action on getting the money. Okay, the hopes and the fears is the Empress card, which, as you know, is my Russia. So the hope is that these tax returns will reveal the connection that Mueller alluded to with all those multiple meetings, the Trump Tower in Moscow project and meetings, etc., etc., that this will prove the connection between the two. Now, we've got the Hierophant, which is the government card. So I do feel that the New York State Attorney's Office will actually win. There is an abuse of power here, so let's not get too far in front. We've also got the Two of Cups, collaborations, two parties coming together. So I feel also that Trump will try and stop this with this Five of Swords. But I do ultimately read the Hierophant as the New York State Attorney's Office. There's also the courts as well. So I think that if the president intervenes, I'm just going to pull a clarifying. Well, let's go to the base of the pack. We've got the Eight of Cups, which is a loss. We've got the Two of Wands, which is a plan that matures in time. And we've got this surprise news. So it could be that somehow Trump's lawyers tie this up in the courts for a time, but in the end, it looks like, according to my reading of these cards, and particularly this Tower card here, that New York will be successful. So let's have just to clarify that Hierophant. Clarifying the Hierophant. Will the New York State Attorney General's Office be successful? Can we have some clarity on this Hierophant, please, Spirit? Clarity on this Hierophant card. Okay, so we've got juggling and we've got manipulation. So there's going to be some. It's not going to be an easy task, but we do have the King of Swords cutting through and getting to the truth. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, this is financial gain for one's own home, if you like, a financial security for one's own home. So I do feel that we are going to get a look at the tax returns with these cards that are coming up. The Ten of Swords, but I don't feel it's going to be easy. I feel that the whole issue is going to be clouded as much. There's going to be when I say obstruction, there's going to be as much done as possible to hold back those tax returns, but I feel that the battle to get them will be most successful at the state level. Okay, so let's check in with the federal bid to get Trump's tax returns. Let's see how that's going. I think that is, last I had heard, it's tied up in the state courts. How is the federal bid going to get Trump's tax returns? He is trying awfully hard to hide all of this information. I should also say that Corey Lewadinsky's stonewalling in the House was actually, well, there are many commentators saying he should have been held in contempt. I don't know why the Democrats didn't hold him in contempt. This is a sport now for Trump and his supporters, but we'll see what people think of this, what voters think of this stonewalling and obstruction. The Republicans might think they're winning, but on the other hand, what do voters think? That's the most important thing. But first to the federal House Ways and Means Committee attempt to get Trump's tax returns. Will they be successful? Will the House in Congress be successful in getting Trump's tax returns? Okay, so we've got collaboration, and it could be that the state gets them first, and in some way, then the House gets the state information. Could be something like that. Okay, we've got loans and debts. We've got the Fool card, which is new beginnings. This is generally a yes card, and we've got the Knight of wands here. There is definitely, I think, the federal Democratic Party and the state Democratic Party are in communication regarding this. Yes, the Sun card, we're going to get them. And decisions will need to be made. I've got here these two central cards are an indicator that we're going to get illumination on Trump's financial trail. So again, it might take just that little bit of time though with this Two of Wands. Yes, just a little bit of time. However, I do believe that the federal Democratic Party would be tic-tacking with their state counterparts in some way. It could be, as I said, that the feds get that via the state. There's going to be a lot thrown at it. Again, whatever's in those tax returns is his undoing. Let's see why. Again, I've read on this before, but no, we'll have a little bit of a update. Why is Trump trying so hard to hide those tax returns? Why is Trump trying so hard? I'm hearing things, but I'm just holding back a little bit because I want to make sure that I'm being objective. Why is Trump hiding those tax returns? Why is Trump hiding those tax returns? I'm getting the word anomalies. Why is Trump, which I guess is a polite way of saying it. Why is Trump trying to hide those tax evasion? I'm getting that as well. Why is Trump trying so hard to hide those tax returns? He really doesn't want them to be seen. Why is Trump hiding them? You know, if they're kosher, show them. The signifier card, the King of Swords, this is something that Mueller hinted at. Mueller was prevented, or not hinted at, but went there and was prevented from going there. And there are connections with that Three of Cups as well in that celebration card, which is a yes, and New York AGs gets that. This could even be, now, not Mueller directly, obviously, he's finished his investigation, but there is his handiwork over that. Now, he's had experience taking down the mob. And, you know, he and his investigators would have thought all of this out. Getting Cohen to flip was integral to his plan. So Mueller's right here, going after Trump on the campaign violations. There were multiple things he could have gone after. Trump Tower, campaign violations. Mueller's here. Okay. He's challenged by loss, though. When I say challenged by loss, heartbreak, he was whatever, and it's funny that he's come into this. Okay. The biggest loss for Trump in his entire presidency thus far, limited and thwarted and, well, I haven't got words, has been the biggest challenge for him has been Mueller. The biggest loss for Trump will be Mueller, even though he's done his best to obstruct. The groundwork is there to cause Trump this loss. As you know, this Three of Swords has been coming up into the readings for the last month. I feel we're getting closer and closer and closer. And really, you know, the longer that Trump's there, okay, yes, he is doing damage, but the more and more, you know, the lawful process, the investigations start to deepen and come to fruition. The foundation of the reading is the Queen of Cups, and this is moving into this supportive energy. Now, she looks a little bit like Stormy Daniels. So the Trump's hush money, hush payments regarding Stormy Daniels via the New York Attorney General's investigation could be more important than what we currently think in this whole big picture. Here we have the Hierophant, the government, the higher power, the higher power. Now the Nine of Pentacles. This is self-reliance. This is this luxury card. It is the issue for Trump. This gaudiness. I know that there's gold foils on this card. These cards. It's almost like this is what's going to. This is what has brought him down or will bring him down. The merging of the Trump business with the presidency is exactly. There is an ending coming up here. It's linking. I'll bring the laptop down. The ending is linking very much with the Three of Swords and this luxurious, entitled, almost gaudiness. And here we have Moolah right there, and this Queen of Cups and the government, the highest source in the past. These are quite, I think, I probably should take a snapshot of these cards because I think they're very important. Let's have a look at what's happening now. The King of Pentacles. Again, the biggest threat to Trump is his business. Trump, the businessman. The environment around that this is created is the Six of Swords. Moving on, death, and the entitlement, the money. Here we go, the hopes and the fears. Isn't that interesting? Trump appears in hope and fears. And the Lovers card, why wouldn't he? The fear is that he will prevail. The hope is that he will go, that he will have his ending. Moolah, Three of Swords, endings, Trump. Trump, the businessman, Six of Swords, moving on. You can see these cards. The foundation of the reading is the Queen of Cups. Is that Stormy Daniels? Is that what is eventually going to take him down? Or is this women in general? Okay. Now here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is security. But this could also be Letitia James. The Queen of Pentacles, she shows up again. We've wondered who she is. We thought she was Beryl Howe. We thought she could have been any of the Epstein women. We thought she could be an investigator. Often we've thought she's Letitia James. I think she is. And we have the King of Cups, this lovely energy, linking very nicely with the Queen of Cups. This King of Cups, we've wondered who he is. Often I say that he is William Barr when he's reversed. It is somebody who's supposed to do their job. It is somebody that will generate the feelings of trust and that the right thing is being done. Is this Cy Vance? Has this been Cy Vance? I don't know. There is a man here, and we've got a female, I think Letitia James. This could be the team. And we've got a crossroads and decisions to be made. The base of the energy, we've got the wish fulfillment card. This is also the smug merchant card. We have the devil, greed and avarice, and we have the house. So this state investigation, and finally we have the lawmakers and the courts. This state I'll just clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, is this an investigator? Is this Letitia James? Are these the women investigators? Is this an investigation that will bring Trump down? Okay, so we've got the Eight of Wands, yes, and going a multitude of evidence and things coming forward very, very quickly. So, base of the pack, of course, we have our Six of Pentacles, loans and debts. And Judgment card, endings or judgment being rendered, and we've got the Page of Cups. This again can sometimes be shock news because it's going to shock us to the core. So I do feel that those cards have been reappearing here now for months and months, and I think they're telling a story. These cards are telling a story. the story is that the Mueller, through his investigation, set the wheels in motion. He knew he and his investigators envisioned this, and that means that there are elements of the FBI and the CIA and other structures that are still untainted by Trump. However, they're going via the state route, and I think that the state investigations could be what will eventually, well, let's say it won't be any one thing, but it will be all these things combining. One last pull, and then I have to scoot because I'm in the car again today. One last question. Is Trump afraid? Is Trump worried, anxious that the sword of truth will come for him? Is he worried or afraid of this latest the turn in the New York Attorney General's investigations? Is he worried about the New York investigation? Is he afraid of the New York investigation? Okay, Six of Swords. I do believe that Trump actually, despite his blustering, I do feel that he understands that his time is limited. He probably even wants to move on because here we've got the continual loss. In fact, that person looks a bit like Trump the Emperor losing his crown. And we have Trump himself, the Lover's card. Okay, I don't think I need to go any further. We do have success, my Democratic card, the Four of Wands, and we do have new starts, the Ace of Pentacles. I just want to, you couldn't script this even if you tried. A Democratic win, new starts, and we've got our Virgo man here, our isolated. This card can be read on multiple layers, isolated, introspection, reflection, but this is also the same person that has the guiding light that takes one through the darkness. So, multiple levels, but just look at these three cards. Okay. Six of Swords, moving on. Three of Swords, loss, and the Lover's card, Trump. Okay, and here we have our Hermit card, September. So, as I keep saying, the month of September is critical to what will unfold over the next 4 to 6 months, and we'll update a timeline. I can't do that today, but I will do that in the next couple of days for you. All right, I'm just going to leave it there. We're running out of time. Let me just ask, should my viewers, because I like to finish with just a message. Should my viewers have hope? Should they keep their thoughts positive? Should they understand that this is playing out in the way that it is? It's quite obviously playing out in the way that it is. That some would still be worried that the Republicans are going to win because of the bluster, the manipulation, the schoolyard tactics, the immaturity, the desperation, the lawlessness. Should they be worried? The Wheel of Fortune, change, number 10, things starting to move in the right direction again. Time's up for Trump. This is karmic, this is destiny. The Wheel of Fortune begins to turn again. So 3 messages from Spirit, 3 messages from Spirit for my viewers. My viewers that have been with me now for a while, and have been extremely loyal and dedicated and committed, and very, very supportive. 3 messages from Spirit. 3 messages from Spirit. See the bigger picture is what I'm hearing. We've got 8 of Cups. Someone will be walking away. There will be loss. 10 of Pentacles. Trump Organisation. Dark money in politics. And we've got some surprise news. So there is some surprise news coming out regarding the Trump, and particularly around the Trump Organisation, will eventually lead to him walking away. I can't be more clearer. These cards, same cards keep coming up, same messages, my same intuitive intuition keeps leading me round that corner. And what I see round the corner is Trump standing down, walking away as a result of the information that is likely to come out. And I do believe in the next, December is a key month. January, astrologically, January, February are key months as well. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for your wonderful support. Thank you all to those wonderful people that sent in donations. Thank you. And thank you all for your comments. I'll be back again soon with another reading. I am going to read on Elizabeth Warren. I feel that she is really intuitively gaining a lot of ground as an alternative, almost the exact opposite of Donald Trump, and somebody who has a fairly good plan to clean things up. And she's getting a response. People are really starting to listen to her and her plan to her anti-corruption bills or anti-corruption policies to get in there and clean things up. And I feel that's really resonating with people now. So the Republicans might think that they've got the corner, but in fact they haven't. All right, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in.